Hello everyone, it's your boy PROPH RYE, and this morning people, I'm back with another topic, another creative epic content people. Now, like I said people, this week is an important week. The topic is about AIDS and HIV, and the only way that we're gonna help people to survive and beat this system is if we start helping people to get AIDS and HIV tests done and get a little medical card that shows that they've done the HIV testing and AIDS. And for now, until the world is running people, everyone needs to be taking the AIDS and HIV test every week because these demons are out here fucking off everyone, cuz. Now, when I say this, people, I'm not being disrespectful, you know. I'm not being rude. A lot of people think, they might think that I'm a troublemaker. But at the end of the day, people, I am not a troublemaker. I am not rude. But, you know, when you're speaking the truth, people come with any excuse and any ways to try and say, this person's a violent person. Or this person says horrible things out of his mouth, from his tongue. But in the spiritual realms, I can see that I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing. When you're a true believer in God, when you're a true servant of the true and living God, you do the right thing. Because if you don't do the right thing, then the darkness will condemn you for it. You get me? There's no way on earth you could be serving the true and living God out here and not be doing the right thing. Who does that? Apart from this lady on her journey, people. Apart from this lady that's on her journey, Desiree. Who the hell does that? I don't know. So, people, with that being said, we already know that the topic is AIDS and HIV. AIDS and HIV is running really, really rapid in the community. And you'll be surprised to know, people, even in the hospitals, is a red zone. The spiritual realms is showing me all the hospitals is red zone. And you'll think, okay, cool. If the hospital's a red zone, people, the spiritual realm must be showing the prophet that is all the patients that's coming in there then, right? No, it's not only just the patients that's coming in there, people. The spiritual realms is also showing me red zones of even the staffs. So this means even the nurses and doctors, people, are carrying around AIDS and HIV. Fucking hell. You can't make this shit up. It doesn't get no worse than this. You can't make this shit up. Now, with that being said, people, the reason why I say you definitely can't make this shit up, because I know a few people that are working with the NHS. And they have AIDS and HIV. Now, my ex-partner, people, yeah, even though me and Savannah never really had a relationship like that, but we just had love for each other. And anywhere I go, she go. Anywhere she go, I go. That means if you're moving on in a relationship and I moved on, we're still linking up and doing fuckery. And me and Savannah's been at that for years. You get me? So you could say that me and Savannah always never left. You get me? But shout out to Savannah anyways, man. Savannah was a nurse. She done a trainee thing and she got in there. And a lot of times you have to be careful because a lot of these nurses and doctors are agents of the darkness as well. So you'd be surprised to go in there. You'd be surprised you go into the hospital with some sort of fuckery because somebody set an order on you in the spiritual realms to make you go to hospital. Yeah. Sorry, pardon people. And when you get to the hospital, the nurses and doctors are hearing voices saying to kill off this person. And they have to do it because the order that's been set in the spiritual realms. They can end your life in there, people. It's a real thing. Everything I'm saying, people, I'm being serious. If you want, you can ask any silly other spiritualist out there. Because a lot of people think that I'm silly and what I'm saying is silly. Go and ask other silly spiritualists out there. Go and even ask the spiritualists of the darkness. And they will tell you. So people, you'll be surprised to know, you could be a patient in the hospital, people, and you're on your bed. You're on your bed laying down, and you're fucked up right now. So you're laying down, you're probably on morphine or whatever drugs they got you on in there to fuck you up. And then you're like this laying down, you're like, So I could be on my bed now. And guess what? I can see a beautiful nurse. Sexy nurse, and you're already thinking, shit, I will clap this nurse, you know. God damn. But you're going to look in the spiritual realm now to see what I'm going with this nurse. see she got the AIDS and HIV symptoms, to go and check and say, Bumba clot. Sorry for my language, people. Look, the nurse got AIDS and HIV, and look, she's the one that's been giving me water. She's the one that's been taking my blood tests. She's the one that's been looking after me for these past 2 to 3 days. Am I in jeopardy here of catching AIDS and HIV because this nurse is attending to me? This is serious things. So we have to ask ourselves now, people, are these nurses and doctors being tested before they are being given the role of attending and looking after people? A lot of people fight against me, and that's because they're probably nurses and doctors and they want to keep their job. You get me? But we need to know, we need to start separating people. Now, I already know that there's no need for doctors and GPs out here as well for them to sell the medication and them type of thing there. So you'd be surprised on the spiritual realms, people are working against you and they're fucking you up. They're fucking up your body and that. And so you can go in there and they'll just tell you that you got diabetes or something. Yeah, you got something going on. The pains and the aches that you're feeling, they're not going to tell you that is witchcraft that's doing it. Is demonic pains that's happening inside the body. They're not going to tell you this shit. I told you. I went to the GPs the other day and I had a pain. And I said to myself, I said, you know what? Let me go and see my GPs, man. You get me? Let me see what I can get out of this, man. So I went to see my GPs, people. And I went there with my knee. I was complaining. I said, my knee. And this man, I can see the doctor man. The doctor man's been having, for him to even got that role that he's in right now and secure his boundaries with that role. You'd be surprised to know that a lot of these doctors are having sex with animals, cuz. A lot of these doctors and nurses are a part of the LGBTQ community. Which means they've got the AIDS and HIV. You get me? So a lot of them are using staff toilets, and the staff them are going there using the toilets. A lot of them are not using disinfectant and bleach to wipe the seat. And you don't even know sitting down on the toilet that another person has sit down and they got AIDS and HIV. You can catch it that way. So you lot can see how serious this thing is. What am I doing in a hospital and the nurse and doctors is part of the LGBT community a puff? And we all know once you swing that way, you contract the spirits of AIDS and HIV. It's best I stay at home and treat myself than knowing that I'm going to go to the hospital and pick up AIDS and HIV just like that, people. A lot of these people are doing rituals with animals. They're having sex with animals. They're playing in the animal's bum. And they're coming to the hospital to deal with patients on a day-to-day basis, people. I can't believe this shit. Channel Star. You can't make this shit up in Britain, people. You can't make this shit up. So you lot will see. Just like I said, the topic has been about AIDS and HIV this week, people. You get me? And you'd be surprised to know, people, you have to be careful when these people are injecting you. Because the kingdom of darkness is using these nurses and doctors to even inject AIDS and HIV into people. We all know about a lot of people have been injected with AIDS and HIV. People become so bitter when they carry the spirits. Worse that they can't get it off is a game of it now. Which means these evil fuckers will literally give it to patients in the hospital and the doctors. This is why when I used to go in there to get a blood test, my eyes never used to leave the ball. My eye full of that needle like this. I'm even looking to see if they even took it out the packet. We need to even start asking ourselves, people. The people that make the needles and make the equipment and stuff like that. Are we sure that these people didn't put any AIDS and HIV on these equipments, people? Huh? We have to be asking ourselves, because let me tell you something. The darkness is killing off everyone. And it's so crazy when the darkness is using people to kill off darkness. So not only is the darkness killing off righteous people and killing off poor people, but they also kill off themselves. They also kill off one another that are serving darkness. And there's a lot of people that are serving darkness and they're working in the hospitals and they're working in doctors. And we know the darkness is a part of Satan's kingdom, and Satan himself has AIDS and HIV. Whoever told me that Satan don't have AIDS and HIV is lying, and they're working on behalf of Satan. If Satan loves AIDS and HIV, that means all these people love AIDS and HIV. And that's why you see everyone is shagging each other. When these nurses and doctors go home, they're shagging Tom, Dick and Harry. They're swinging both ways. They're involved in doing swinging. They're involved in fucking animals. So what does that show you? That just shows you people that the nurses and the doctors are not holy. They are not righteous. They're living of the kingdom of darkness. So that's why people, all of these nurses and doctors, even though I can see in the future, there's not going to be no more hospitals or GPs. Because if you haven't noticed by now, people, it's evil people that send people into the hospital and GPs. And then worse, you have to go in there and have to put you on x-ray machines and all of these other machines. And these things are radiating cancer into people. These are some serious shit. Now, me coming out and making a video like this, people are going to want to kill me. But why must people want to kill people for speaking the truth? I'm just being honest. If I know that I'm going to the GPs, I'm going into the hospital for special appointments and things like that, I want to know that the person that is attending to help me with my situation doesn't have AIDS and HIV. Because contracting these symptoms and these spirits are deadly. They don't even have a cure for it because they are hiding the truth, and they don't want people to know that the cure for AIDS and HIV is serving the true and living God. Because I had AIDS and HIV, and now I don't. I got my medical card, people. That's why I keep promoting the medical card. I got my own medical card. I took all my tests and that, and I'm clean of the symptoms and the spirits. You see, the kingdom of darkness want everyone to be unholy. So once they can get people to go around and give people AIDS and HIV, like I said, you'll be surprised to know a nurse that is off duty in her spare time is working on behalf of kingdom of darkness, and she's an agent of sleeping with people and giving them AIDS and HIV. And then she comes into work the next day and she's the same one that's giving someone a blood test. You can't make this fucking shit up. In times like these, people, there needs to be a separation happening. And I'm sure there's a separation happening as we speak. And I think that's why I keep talking about this AIDS and HIV card. And I think there's a reason why I'm talking about this separation. Because if this is the case, no joke, there needs to be a special department for people that have AIDS and HIV. People that are nurses and doctors and they have AIDS and HIV, they deserve to have their own little hospital where they work and they all carry the symptoms. Unless they're willing to join my thing and get healed still. All the patients with AIDS and HIV need to go over that side as well. We just can't keep mixing up. It keeps on spreading. Look, right now I'm in the queue. Right now I'm going into the workplace soon. People in there have got AIDS and HIV, and every minute I'm shitting up myself in the toilet. That means I'm at risk of catching AIDS and HIV, and I don't have the spirits. Something needs to be done, people. You get me? We need to know when these people turn up to work. Every single week, we need to know, and we checking and saying, you know what? You've come into work today. Where's your medical card, please? Can we see the last time you had an AIDS and HIV test, please, before you can get this role, before you can get this job? That's how it should be. You can't allow staffs. You can't allow doctors and nurses to come on the work compound to work with patients knowing that they have AIDS and HIV. There should be separate hospitals for different kinds. I'm just being honest, people. Even right now as we speak, there should be a different section of hospital for rascal like demons. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up, people. I'm not lying. People want to make it seem like I'm lying, and they'll say, this guy's crazy. This guy's a madman. He's crazy. But the only reason why they'll say stuff like this, people, is because they're threatened. They're threatened by the things that I'm saying. The darkness don't like when you're starting to say some real shit that actually open the eyes of people. Because if people start staying away from a unrighteous life, an unholy life, and they keep themselves clean and far from these symptoms and sicknesses of AIDS and HIV, the medical field, they become threatened because they need people to contract these diseases. They need people to go around giving out these diseases so people can live off their medication so they can make money. AIDS and HIV is a money-making thing. I keep telling people, and they think this young boy don't know fuck all. Look at him. I'm older than him. He should be listening to me. You bitter bastard. But anyway, people, we're going to leave this topic here. You get me? I think I've said enough on this topic. And yeah, I'm sure down the line, everyone needs to get their medical card. You get me? There's a card coming out down the line, I'm sure. You get me? A full identity, not this fake passport thing, not this fake birth certificate thing. This thing's going to be for the righteous people, them. Because the righteous people, we need to be separating from the evil people and the people of darkness. If you're for the light, you're for the light. If you're for the darkness, you're for the darkness. You stay over that side. But we can't keep mixing with these dirty people. I'm sorry. And this is why I make these videos, to teach people so people learn. Because there's many people out here, they get caught up in things like this because we are not educated. And the Most High God says, my people suffer for the lack of knowledge. So if I didn't have to suffer for the lack of my knowledge and go through a lot of the hardship and a lot of the hardship I went through in life, to come out here and hold the phone to my face and come out here and make videos and teach people, even when I meet people in the street, it could be anywhere. People sit down and just want to listen to me speak. Because they said, I ain't heard no one speak like you before. I said, you know what? That's how it goes sometimes, you know. You get me? Greatness is greatness. And greatness can be within you and anyone else. But God says the people suffer for the lack of knowledge, which means I'm here to teach you knowledge. So you can burst yourself out of these generational curses, burst yourself out of these sickness and bondages that the darkness put upon people's lives. So that being said, people, all nurses and all doctors that have AIDS and HIV, you guys are still looking for a cure. You guys are not even cured. And you lot are working around patients and most likely spreading these things and putting people in risk of these things. God can heal you lot still. So shout, man. You get me? But apart from that, people, I'm going to leave this video here. It's your boy, PROPH RYE. Stay blessed, people. And stay away from AIDS and HIV. It's possible by living a clean life and not getting involved in living of the world. Thank you for listening.